Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy Big T, and welcome back to Barber Banter. Yo, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. So, this week's topic is all about, are dark-skinned women being misrepresented in the media? Many dark-skinned women feel undervalued because of the way they've been portrayed in the media. There has been many debates and discussion about colorism and the misrepresentation of dark-skinned women. Is colorism a problem? Dark-skinned women, do you feel misrepresented in the media? Do you feel disrespected, especially by your brothers? And why do dark-skinned men disrespect dark-skinned women? When your mom is dark-skinned and your sister is dark-skinned, has the media brainwashed you to hate yourself? And why is there mainly light-skinned women in music videos? Is it because it sells? Or you're just following fashion? Every time they turn on the TV, they see light-skinned women. Music videos, light-skinned women. Social media, light-skinned women. The dark-skinned woman is often portrayed as the antagonist, the villain, the side chick, the girl that nobody wants. Why is that? What happened to Black Beauty? What happened to the black and the berry, the sweet of the juice? What happened to all those things? This is not a personal dig at light-skinned women. We just want to know why these things are happening and spark a conversation. So, let's see what they think about this in the barbershop. I am Big T, and this is Barber Banter.
I think they're misrepresented in the music video and that, yeah, but I don't think they're doing justice to themselves.
What makes you say that?
Right. Let me tell you why. Because sometimes, yeah, you walk down the street and you see a girl, yeah, and she got like a light skin face and a little black neck. Right?
Wow.
So she's walking down the road like this. And then she gives you the eye. And I'm like, why are you looking at me? And she likes you. I'm like, I don't know what you look like.
Oh,
No,
but that could be any girl.
Yeah, but I'm saying, right, because they don't do any justice to themselves, because when they wear their makeup is like 5 shades lightness.
So basically you're trying to say that they're trying to look lighter than they actually
they're trying to look lighter than they actually are. And, yeah, it teaches young black girls not to like themselves.
Yeah, but you're only talking about one small portion of black.
No, I'm talking about what I know. I'm not talking about the whole world. I'm not in the whole world. I'm talking about what I see. I'm 48 years old. I'm not 48 for nothing, right? So I'm talking about what I know on it and what I see. Dark-skinned women don't help themselves. They don't help themselves because instead of standing up for their rights and standing up for what they believe in, my skin is beautiful. I feel comfortable with my skin. My skin is amazing. Yeah, right. They're gonna put a light skin makeup. They're gonna find the lightest shade of makeup. So they're walking around with a white face and a little black neck, yeah? Or a white face and little dark hands, you see what I'm saying? And they don't say, listen, I'm not gonna put on this lip makeup. I'm gonna embrace, I'm not saying all women, because a lot of women do embrace their dark skin, but more women don't embrace their dark skin, yeah? And what they're doing, they're trying to show their children that it's not good to be dark. They're trying to show their men out on the street it's not good to be dark. You know what I mean? And then when they get home, yeah, when they pull a man, yeah, and they got a little light skin face, they get on, they can't take off their makeup before they go to bed because their man thinks they're light skin. So they're not helping themselves. But then again, it's not their fault because it's self-hate.
Sometimes as women, we struggle to find foundation that matches our skin colour, especially if you're very dark. They don't really cater for us that much. It's only recently Rihanna's done her Fenty Beauty thing, and certain other brands are, you know, doing these darker shades foundation colours as well. But what I'm trying to say is, some women, they look in the mirror, they don't love themselves. And why? It's because of what's being pushed in the media. It always goes back to what's being pushed in the media. And before the media existed, it was what was being pushed in slavery. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So there's certain aspects of slavery that we're still experiencing now. So when people tell you, she's pretty, or when someone says stuff like, you're pretty for a dark-skinned woman, it makes you feel like, what do you mean I'm pretty for a dark-skinned woman and she's just pretty? It can make people feel like nah, I might have to do this, I might have to bleach to make myself look better. When you don't have to do, you already look like a queen, you already look beautiful. I'm gonna flip it now, flip what you said, because I do agree with what you're saying. Black women are, well, dark-skinned women,
dark-skinned women especially.
Yeah.
People don't really rate them in it. They don't, and the media pushes that agenda as well.
Yeah, so I think it's the other way around. I don't think
they do push it.
They push it. So, oh, sorry, let me land.
Yeah.
So for them to push it, it's making certain women think like, rah, if I'm lighter, I look better. So that could be a reason why someone wears foundation that doesn't really match their neck. That could be a reason. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Also,
and you're right. And you're right, because it is to do with the media. It is to do with magazines. It is to do with models and that. But there's some beautiful dark-skinned women out there doing good things.
However,
they're not
being given attention.
Dark-skinned women are highly misrepresented in the media simply because the darker you are, the less bankable you are.
you can see it by basically the women that are chosen to be in music videos, the people that are chosen to be in adverts. You just see it everywhere, really.
There's more stereotype towards the darker skinned community.
It's crazy because there's lots of black dark-skinned women that are beautiful, but somehow they're being overlooked.
Black women, I think, above black men, feel it the worst.
When people give them a reason for being overlooked, it's always a dead reason.
Not only are they black first, they're female, and then they have a darker skin tone, which correlates in our messed up society to be less valuable, to be underappreciated, and less beautiful, less desirable, which I think is completely upside down on its head.
One of the most top model, is she bleak? You know what I'm talking about? The one with the skin here.
Don't use the word bleak, please, it's rude. Don't say
The thing
bleak.
is though, like that's quite a
Okay,
derogatory
she's
term.
dark. Yeah. Very, very black, yeah? Right? And
She's highly melanated.
Yes, very, very dark. Not black. She's very, very brown. She's very, very brown, and she looks amazing. She's doing
Yeah, but how many of her are there?
Well, the thing is, she kind of represents the change, though, doesn't she? She kind of represents the fact that people are noticing.
Changing, yes, but
Yeah.
we still have to come to terms with the actual facts that how many of her are there?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Unfortunately, in the society that we're in today, lighter skinned women are seen as more socially acceptable and more marketable to the majority audience of the society that we live in, which is Western, which is predominantly white. So when companies or when artists are going to try and sell their product to this specific market, they're going to go to what the market deems accessible and acceptable. So they're going to want to push a product that is more likely to sell and do well and be successful, which means the look that they're going to go for is going to portray a more acceptable face of black women. And the acceptable face of black women, unfortunately, is the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and the Nicki Minaj's, but she was a little darker when she started out, now she's lighter, that's a different topic.
Like, I work in my day jobs in nightclubs, and I know for a fact that there is a quota for dark-skinned people, let alone women, in general. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be stunning. If you're black, dark-skinned, you have to be stunning to get into a lot of these clubs. Do you know what I'm saying? But then you can have some basic light-skinned girls or mixed race. You know what I'm saying? Like lighter tone or whatever, and they will come in groups because. Not to my personal aesthetic, but to the aesthetic of the promoters and the people designing these clubs, light-skinned women look better on the tables. You know,
Okay, but also
in their opinion, you understand what I'm saying?
also Gareth, yeah. This is one thing I want to know, yeah. Also to you, Biggs, as well, yeah. Because obviously you mans are like you do music as well, innit? How come every time you lot do music, you always have to get a light skin girl? What up to the dark skin girls? That's what's happening as well out there, yeah. It's always gonna be the light skin girls, and even nowadays, even like the American music videos, yeah. They're not even like light skin no more. They're just like Latinos or some mixed race. Nowadays, yeah, when you watch music videos, yeah, like all the girls are light skin. Yeah, you don't really see dark skin girls no more. Like they either light skin or Latino or something. Yeah, they're not even black no more. Yeah, they either mixed race or Latino or something, man. I mean, where's all the dark skin girls? I mean, Why do we tell our daughters, like our dark-skinned daughters, like, oh, listen, I'm sorry, but you're not pretty enough. You have to be light-skinned. This is what the media is doing. It's doing to our kids. It's confusing them. It's making them feel like they're not pretty enough. So what's happening now? How come you lot?
I can't speak for every rapper in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I mean, like my last video, I think I've only ever used 2 girls. My last one, yeah, she was mixed race, but my initial choice wasn't. But unfortunately, I didn't get the person I wanted. Me personally, I can understand just about to say, I can understand why a lot of people choose it, because that's what sells. And we just had this conversation about the mainstream and the things that you have to, not necessarily have to, but the things you can do to sell what you're wanting to sell, to push your music or push wherever it is. People, the mainstream media is white. They gravitate towards seeing themselves reflected in whatever we're doing. That's why you're going to see majority light-skinned white women in the music. It is partly that. It is partly that. It's a big part of it.
You know what I mean? I feel like they're misrepresented, or you know what I mean, or simply not given the time of day because of old school mentalities and old school, you know, indoctrination. You know, it was always, even from back in the day when we were talking about sort of slaves and slavery, dark people were kept in the fields and lighter people, mixed race people were brought into the house because they were deemed as being looking more aesthetically pleasing. They were nicer to look at. Do you know what I mean? Dark skinned people were viewed as being more beast-like, more animalistic. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how it was seen. Do you know what I'm saying? They were dark. If they were dark, they were strong. They were hard to tame. They were. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't break a darker guy. You know, and that's kind of what's gone through into the media now. It's not, maybe it may not necessarily be for the same reasons, but that's where it stemmed from. Do you know what I mean? People don't even understand why they're doing it when they're selecting lighter people. They probably don't even realise, because it's that deeply embedded in everyone's psyche, whether you're black, whether you're white, whatever. Everyone thinks like that.
The thing is though, when people say, "Oh, it's my preference," I have a slight problem with that, because how did you get your preference?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Big what you said about
preference is indoctrinated.
Right, it's a very subconscious.
It's a psychological thing.
Right.
Coming back to what Patrick was saying earlier, in regards to the whole slavery days and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There was a man who conspired this whole way of how the community is now. What's his name? Willie. Alright, so my man did predict that things was going to be like this for like 300 something odd years.
And then turn on an axis on itself.
So
it started off.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you get out with your boys, yeah, right, and you got your dark skinned brothers around you, and you're out with your boys, let's be real, and there's girl there, or ladies.
So don't try and switch it up just because we're here. Keep it real.
Right? And there's girls there, women there, that do you feel a bit more superior because you're light skinned? Do you feel that you can get in there because you're light skinned?
Do you feel more superior because you're light skinned?
Not so much.
Do you feel more superior because you're light skinned, but what do you mean?
Hey, wait.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You're not dark.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not light skinned.
You're light skinned, bruv.
You're there.
You're light skinned, bruv. What is Uncle Pat on about? I'm dark skinned. What do you mean you're dark skinned? Bruv, everybody can see that you're light skinned, man. What the hell is this guy saying? Oh, I'm dark skinned. Oh, this guy, man. He's confused, man. Confused.com.
I could have said, I could have agreed with that, but nowadays it's like, kind of like gallon like dark skinned man more than light skinned man.
But it's only because we're starting to become more in fashion.
Yeah.
You know, because there's some.
Is it fashion or is it the stereotype that's attached to it? Like,
No, what do you mean? What do you say?
Girls are more like
dark skinned man.
I feel like dark skinned
Specify on
man
the
get more love
stereotype.
than light skinned.
Yeah, but what is the truth? But what about the dark skinned woman? How come they don't get no love? It's like every time there's a music video, there's always a light skinned girl. Why are we telling like?
I mean,
like
you know,
It's a
dark skinned woman.
girl and
Why
a
they-
light skinned
that's
girl
why-
with a dark skinned man.
Do
you see that?
Both actors are dark skinned.
No, but you have to
Male.
remember that there's a sex dynamic, there's a gender dynamic as well that goes on with the whole. Like, for example, a really dark skinned man is more bankable to any type of woman just because of his hyper virality. Like, you know, he's hyper sexualized. it's like hyper masculine, like you know, he must have like a big thing and he must be really powerful and he must be really. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what that kind of like that hypersexuality has done to our psychology. Like even as black women, so you'd find like a lighter skinned black woman who would only want to date darker skinned black men because of that. You know, oh, it's my preference. It's my preference.
Look what he told you. One of his daughters, oh sorry, you're dark skin. Did you hear that?
Sorry that you're dark skin.
No, because a lot of our indoctrination, unfortunately,
what kind of
comes
nonsense
from
is that?
the people that we love, our parents, our friends, all the people that we, you know, in our communities that we kind of like look up to. Yeah.
But you know, someone actually said to me like, "I look better than you because you're dark."
Yeah.
Raw.
People
But then I was young them times, and that shit actually plays up with your mind, you know.
Yeah.
But that's still there though. That's still there.
Up.
Young black girls that growing up, they think they have to bleach hair so they can be attractive. Every time they see music video, they'll see imagery of light-skinned women. They don't see dark-skinned women.
Growing up as a dark-skinned woman was not easy at all. Like, people have come up to me and said some messed up stuff to me. They made me feel like I'm not pretty enough only because of my skin color. And to be honest, if people are going through that now, I don't know how they're even dealing with it, because you remember them days there was no social media in the 90s. You just deal with it. People tell you verbally and it's like it sticks to your head. And I still remember moments when people told me, you're not pretty enough, you're dark, you're blick. That's why I cut Uncle Pat quickly when he said blick, because I don't want to hear that word. It just comes from a negative, it just reminds me of negative moments, innit? So when I was younger, I can't remember how I dealt with it, but I know that I didn't really speak about it. And when you don't speak about it, that feeling can fester into something really, really bad. You can start hating yourself. And by that you can self-harm yourself. You can start bleaching, you can start doing things that people won't notice until later on. Mum will looking at you sideways like, what's going on here? But because you're not talking, you're just harming yourself, you're hating yourself. And for me, like, how I overcame that, I'm not gonna lie, there was times where I had to look at myself in the mirror and I had to just love myself and say to myself, you look beautiful. And this is not a lie, because some people think it's a lie when people say, look in the mirror and say you look beautiful. I have done that a few times just to make sure I feel good within myself. And as well as that, what I did is the people that did compliment me and said that I look good, I focused more on that rather than focusing on the negative comments, because we're always quick to focus more on the negative things than the positive things. And a lot of people are going off because it's like we're all realizing that we've been going through that same struggle for years, and it's only now that we've actually have a platform where we can talk about it. And I'm just happy that there's platforms now that are just pushing this black beauty thing. Even recently I've just done a project embracing black beauty, and just that project itself, I got a lot of good feedback and made me feel like, wow, people are actually starting to realize that black, not just black, but dark-skinned women are beautiful.
Yeah, it's true.
But I want to know for the eyes, you both use are eyes, innit? Like, why do you only get light-skinned girls in your videos?
You're saying it like that's all I do. That's not true.
I
can't speak for.
No, but obviously, like,
I've only ever had one girl in any video I've ever done. Do you know what I mean? And she
what colour was she again?
She was mixed. Yeah, she was like Italian or something. But my first choice wasn't even light skin.
And I wouldn't say that they'll prefer a light skin girl over a dark skin girl. And it's a preference.
It's an artist preference.
Skull dogs. I was looking for the what's it called? What's them things called that put out fire? The fire extinguisher. Because I was seeing bare gas, and someone lit a match. Yeah, that place was up in flames, and the other guy, what's the other rapper's name? Beaks. Yeah, bare gas. Come on. Let's be real, innit? Let's be real. It's light-skinned girls in your video, innit? Because that's what the manager or the producer tells you to have, innit? Light-skinned girls, innit? Let's not front. Either you handpicked her or someone else handpicked her, and when you saw her, you thought, pang! Yeah?
It's a preference. It's an artist. It's a beautiful dark skin thing. Man was select her.
Thing, you know.
Sorry, excuse my language.
I'm joking.
All this respect, now I'm saying though, it's a preference.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to
Wait,
say?
it's a preference, but the preference, they're all light skin. When's the last time, hold on, when's the last time you saw a music video with a dark skin girl in it?
No, you know, I live directed videos, and I've rather pulled in dark skinned guys or women over light skinned women. To get
But I've not seen it.
Some of them are better looking.
Yeah, man. Google man, YouTube, you'll see it. Man.
No, I've not seen it. I've not. No,
maybe that's the
one
artist that you're
videos.
listening
No,
to.
Ed, we can type in as randomized right now. Yeah.
It's preference. You get what I'm trying to say? It don't matter if you're light skin or dark skin, innit? If you pull up and you're not looking quirky enough to be in the video, I'm not gonna select you for the video. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't put it down to, you know, dark skin, light skin. You get what I'm trying to say?
What's your preference though?
I have no preference. Beautiful is my preference, bro. Beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
What's that rubbish guy called? The rubbish one. Yeah, the rubbish one.
There's like 70% of the rappers nowadays.
You used to call me on the cell phone. What's that guy? You used to call me on my cell phone. Yeah.
Oh, rubbish.
Wow. Alright.
When you rubbish, I don't care.
Alright.
One man's food.
That's your opinion.
One man's food, the next man's poison, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, that's your opinion. I'm just there like.
Rubbish guy. Yeah, cool. Right. When he done that video,
even though you just sang his hook.
Yeah, but
It's catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy.
But it's rubbish though.
Yeah,
It's not his.
But you got the tone.
There's bare rubbish tune you sing in your mind, and you think, why am I singing that? I don't even like it.
Brainwashing.
Rubbish. Jules, oh, come on, let's not.
I was just saying that's another subject.
What was you gonna say
What
about
I'm
it?
saying, how much dancing girls in that video? How much dancing girls were in that?
Well, Hotline Bling, quite a few.
No.
I can't record it.
When that starts, he literally goes through the colour scale. He literally goes through the colour scale. He starts on one end and goes to the other. Like, yeah, he does. I swear.
I think UK rappers have it worse than...
You know, like girls will come turn up to the video to you, like dark skin things more time. They're due to pull up with like weave and makeup. Back to what P was saying earlier. I'm not trying to promote that in the video.
Okay, good.
If a dark skin girl come like natural,
Then you're like...
one time I will select her. I think psychologically they've got to be in the right place before anything else, man. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, what I mean by that is, if you're gonna enter a room feeling like, you know, negative about yourself, energy stands for a lot. You get what I'm trying to say? So 9 times out of 10, if you step in a place with the wrong energy, you're not getting selected for the video. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas if you enter the room confident, move a little bit bizarre, you get what I'm trying to say? Look a little bit different to the regular girl that's trying to come for the role, then you're more likely to get selected for the role.
Oh, that was rubbish. She was chatting rubbish. I don't know none of those dark-skinned women that they're not confident. Which ones? Maybe the ones that don't go to the shoot, but the ones that do go are there and they're flossing because they know they're probably going to get picked because there's less of them there than there are the light-skinned girls. So more time, there's more light-skinned girls that aren't going to get camera time because there's just more of them because they've turned up because they know, yeah, I'm definitely getting in, but more time there'll be like 1 or 2 dark-skinned girls there, and now it's cute to have 1 or 2 dark-skinned girls in your music video now.
Okay.
But that's a recent thing, and now it's become, you know, the cute thing to do. Let's sprinkle a couple of dark-skinned girls in there just to, you know, sauce it up to say, you know, we're representing. You should have been doing that from ages ago, my G. But you weren't, because you were trying to get your record played on BBC and all of this, you know? So let's not lie to each other in the same process, you know.
The thing is that, like, but now you have like a, what's it called, when you pull them up, you say this is what we're looking for, Because if you don't,
that's what then people are going to assume that they're not wanted.
Uh-huh.
Because in a casting call, what you normally do, like as modelling,
you go for what's more sellable. So you go for weave, you go for
not just
makeup,
that. What you
go
do
for you do.
No, when you do a casting call, the person that's casting will put down what they want. So if you don't put that out, then people are going to think you just don't want no dark skin girls. So you're saying if you do want dark skin girls, you need to say I want the ones with natural hair.
To be fair, if I'm totally honest, the majority of the time, artists will just put out, or people them around the artists, including the artists, will just put out like the word "doing girls." Like there's no.
Sure about that. Sure. We're gonna lie.
No. When the girls come,
what they'll say
man turn
is
selective and start picking and choosing. You get what I'm trying to say? Man don't really give a dialogue of what to do and what to wear and what.
Alright, so when it's saying that, when you've said that now, you've gone really, really general. So people are going to be general and they're going to be like, what can I do to make myself more bankable? Make
Man are
myself
selfish.
more
Artists
sellable?
are selfish, innit? They don't care about the girls, you know. They don't care about the girls' feelings, they don't care about the emotions.
This is
They're
what the
gonna
girls are
use you.
thinking. I'm trying to tell you what the girls are thinking. So when you've put out a casting call like that and you've said, come, we're doing a music video, a girl, especially a dark-skinned girl, after all of this psychological battering that you're going to get, a woman's thinking inside her head, how am I going to be more attractive? And because of the way that this society is set up, a dark-skinned girl is thinking she's going to be more attractive if I wear weave,
if she looks
I
more
have
European,
lots of makeup, if I contour my nose. Do you know what?
There's very few now that now are promoting this image of self-love and being your natural, true self. But you have to remember that that was very recent. And I think the American culture is a little bit ahead of us and has done some moves to progress to that place. But I think in the UK, we're still getting there. It's still, there's, you know, you look on the television now and you're seeing people's music videos, you're seeing girls and they're wearing the weaves. I would love to go to a casting and have the casting breakdown, you know, we want black girls with afro hair. I'm not seeing it. So, you know, I just have to decide in myself, am I gonna get booked for that job or am I gonna pass up on a job and not get any bookings and not make any money? Am I gonna go down this career as a rapper and, you know, get my tune played at #1, or am I gonna play to a niche market and maybe be number 40? Who knows, it's a gamble. But I think now as we're changing, we've seen Black Panther be successful, we've seen Get Out be successful, we're starting to have a little bit more faith in ourselves and the fact that we can be original and true to self, and there is this movement coming on here, so hopefully it's gonna get better. But until then, we still need to eat, we still need to survive, we still need to get to those opportunities, and in order to get to the opportunities, unfortunately, we have to conform a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, when does it stop? When does it stop?
We have to start.
No, but you can't, because but the thing is, you can't teach your children. No, hold on. You can't teach your children. No disrespect to you, yeah. Because you're a beautiful young lady, and so are you, yeah. Right. You say you start teaching your children, but when your child comes out your womb, and he starts to breastfeed, it's playing with mummy's weave. He's looking at mummy and saying, it's playing with her weave. Yeah, it's playing with mummy's weave. When your son comes out, he's looking at mummy and go, oh, I want to get a woman just like my mum. She's got a long weave. So therefore, he's gonna grow up and think. If you see the woman with natural hair, you go, what the hell is that? Yeah. I want a weave.
I don't think that's what the problem is. I think it's the media. What they see, what the kids see, from the TV.
So wearing the weave is just as bad as putting the light skin makeup. That's how I'm concerned. I'm sorry, man, but if you want to talk about loving dark-skinned girls and loving yourself and all of that, you can't sit on there with a weave on, man. You can't add that makeup on. You can't sit there with that weave because it does. It's like you're trying to tell me about myself and teach me about myself, but you're coming as a completely different person. Don't get me wrong. You're a beautiful sister. You got good character and stuff like that. But you can't be talking about dark skin and that. And you're wearing a weave and you got that light skin makeup on. You can't. It just doesn't make no sense.
He's bad for that, you know. He's bad for that one. That's not fair. That's not fair. #1, okay? It was very hard. There was a time where it was really hard for a woman of a darker skin complexion like myself and darker to be able to go out and buy makeup products that actually had my skin tone. I had to like mix several products. So even to this day, sometimes I have to mix several different products just to get my skin tone. There wasn't a whole range. Like now Rihanna brought out her makeup and they've got like, I don't know, 40 plus different shades. We never used to have that. So he was throwing hella shade. I don't know, he was mocking the ting. That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for, okay? No, but it all goes back to unfortunately wanting to assimilate into a system that has constantly been telling you that you're not good enough, you're not beautiful, you're not aesthetically pleasing, you're not attractive to men unless you look a certain skin tone. Because all we're being pushed and provided in the media is the imagery that a mixed race girl is desirable. So naturally, if I look like this and I have this type of hair and I have this type of complexion, that means I'm beautiful. And if I don't have that, that means I'm not beautiful. And we have to, as a people, we need to correct that. That needs to change. And we ourselves need to take responsibility of that.
I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent, because I have a friend, She used to wear weave and all, but she stopped doing that now because she said, I want my daughter to look at me and embrace her natural hair. You know, this is going a bit off topic, but it's still linked to the black community and stuff. But yeah, it starts at home, these things.
Yeah.
So if you know that you want to put something out there, start solving a problem at home. And then once you've solved it at home, then start reach out to other places and see what you can do there. But as for this whole black women thing in the media, we are misrepresented. That's not a lie. Some people are going to say, no, that's not the truth, blah, blah, blah. But that's bullshit. We're misrepresented. People don't rate us, unfortunately. The message I have for all the dark-skinned young girls out there that watch music videos and that watch the news a lot and see all these adverts on TV and only see like a lighter-skinned woman being represented in all these, you know, projects or whatever, I would say don't let that make you feel like you're not good enough or like you're not pretty enough. Those people, it hasn't hit them yet that black is beautiful, innit? And that's one thing I really want to put out there, because if you don't see yourself out there, you're thinking, rah, is there something wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. It's just that some people are just missing out on having a beautiful young woman in their advert or music video. All we can do now is just speak loud. If you're misrepresented, or if you feel like people are not treating you fairly because of the way you look, talk about it. There's Twitter out there, there's Instagram out there. Talk about it and see where this can take you, because I've seen many cases where someone talks about it and because of that they've gotten the opportunities that they should be getting. A closed mouth is not fed.
I feel like we as rappers do have a responsibility, especially the ones who are more high profile rappers. We do have a responsibility to make sure that all of our culture, whether it be black women, whatever we do is represented properly and fairly. Do you know what I'm saying? And that we have a responsibility to the next generation to make sure that nobody's, or as few people as possible, growing up with mental problems, thinking that they're not good enough or good looking enough or pretty enough, or do you know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be propagating that to the youth at all.
Young girls, if you're dark skin, embrace your dark skin. You are beautiful. Embrace your dark skin. Yeah, even go as far, yeah, as get about 100 dark skin women and make a music video with dark skin women, all dark skin women.
Let's have more beautiful dark skin girls represented, beautiful dark skin girls out there, yeah? So the young dark skin girls can see that, oh look, she looks like me. I don't have to bleach my skin.
Go back to your history, study yourself, study where you came from, study your people, and understand how great and how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how strong you are, and understand the things that have been put in place, the systems and the processes that have been put in place to make you think that you are not valuable when you are the most valuable. I say this generation with Instagram and social media, it can sometimes lead you astray. A lot of good things are happening on social media right now, but sometimes it can lead you astray. And for me, one thing that's set in stone is our history. You go back and see where we came from, where our ancestors came from. We were kings and queens on thrones with gold. Understand the value in yourself, love yourself, appreciate that you came from the sun. You have melanin because you are a child of the sun, you know? Understand your greatness, flex in your greatness. In order to know where you're going, you have to know where you're coming from. Like, that's the biggest, I think, lesson. That's what helped me growing up.
Dark skin, light skin, you get what I'm trying to say? I mean, first and foremost, a woman must step with confidence. So it all starts in her mind before anywhere else, you get what I'm trying to say? And that's hard, you know, the system's designed for her to, the darker skinned woman to feel neglected or feel less, you get what I'm trying to say, less beautiful than a light skinned woman, but it all starts in the mind, man. You get what I'm trying to say? Psychologically, you got to beat that whole cycle in your own mind first.
Mothers, yeah, embrace your dark skin. When your babies look at your face, it's not just your women, when the boys look at your face, let them know that this is beautiful, yeah? And all those dark skinned people out there, stop bleaching. Stop bleaching your skin. You're not doing yourself no good. You're giving yourself cancer, yeah, and you're actually killing yourself, right? Just embrace yourself, love yourself, and let the world know that you are beautiful, yeah? If you start feeling beautiful, the whole world will know you're beautiful.
So, you come to the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that like button, smash that bell button, and we catch you for another edition of Barber Banter.